Hi everyone, γεια σας και καλώς ήρθατε to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today I have a new version of Kourabiedes for you. So Kourabiedes are the Greek Christmas cookie that has all that powdered sugar on top. It's made with lots of butter, but these have a little twist. They're made with olive oil instead, but they still melt in your mouth and they have all that delicious flavor. Let me show you how I make them. Okay, we're going to begin with the almonds. So I have 1 cup or 150 grams of whole almonds. You can toast these a little bit in the oven if you want to intensify their flavor, just by putting them in a 350-degree oven for about 7 minutes until they get nice and flavorful. Let them cool completely, and then finally chop them in a little food processor. Next, we're going to whisk together the dry ingredients. So I have 5 cups of all-purpose flour, that's 600 grams, and there's 3 teaspoons of baking powder in here. Whisk that all together. If you want more flavor, you can zest an orange in here, and the orange zest will just add some freshness and a little more orange flavor. Whisk that all together and set it aside. If you whisk together all of the dry ingredients, you won't have to use more than 1 whisk. Then in a big bowl, we're going to get the wet ingredients ready. 1 cup of powdered sugar, that's about 135 grams. 1.5 cups of light olive oil. You want to use light olive oil for this because the extra virgin cold pressed olive oil leaves a very distinct and heavy flavor, and we're not going for that in these cookies. If you want to leave that flavor completely out, you can use a flavorless vegetable oil instead. 3/4 cup of orange juice plus a teaspoon of baking soda. I like to add the baking soda in the orange juice. It activates it, dilutes it, and keeps you from biting into like a bite of bitterness in the cookies. So add that to the oil into the big bowl, a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, and 2 tablespoons of orange blossom water. Whisk that all together until the sugar has completely dissolved, and then slowly add in the flour ingredients. And once the whisk is starting to like struggle a little bit, take the whisk out and you can switch to a spatula. When you're working with a dough that doesn't have butter and has olive oil, you want to keep in mind that you don't want to mix it too much. Otherwise, the oil is going to start releasing from the dough. And instead of having a light and airy cookie, you'll end up with a very greasy cookie. When you have 3/4 of the flour left, you can combine the almonds with the flour and then add everything into the bowl. Carefully mix it in either with your hands or with a spatula, and as soon as that flour and the almonds have been absorbed, you can stop mixing and transfer it to your work surface. I like to do this all on my big cutting board. A clean counter will work as well. Let the dough rest for a few minutes, and then you're going to roll it out to about 1/2 inch in thickness. You can make them a little thinner if you want, or you can take little balls of dough and just roll them out into little rounds, like little balls, and put them on a baking tray. I like to cut these using festive cookie cutters. I'm using snowflakes today and stars, but you can use little Christmas trees, or depending on what time of the year it is, use your favorite cookie cutter for this. You can make little hearts if you like, or like I said, leave the cookie cutter part out and roll these into little balls and set them apart on a cooking tray and bake them. They'll still be beautiful. So you can just put these on baking trays that are lined with parchment paper very carefully. Leave a little bit of room in between. They're going to rise just a little bit in the oven. The oven is preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. These are going to bake for about 25 to 30 minutes until they're nice and golden all around. As soon as they come out of the oven, I like to put the orange blossom water in a little spray bottle and spray the cookies as soon as they come out of the oven. This is going to infuse them with that orange blossom flavor. And then after you're done spraying them, you can dust them very generously with confectioner's sugar. Let these cool completely, and then you can transfer them to a cookie jar or your serving platter, or put these in cookie boxes. They're perfect for gift giving. They taste delicious with a hot cup of coffee. They're ready to serve. And there you have it, tender and flavorful Kourabiedes, but minus the eggs and the butter, so they're a little bit lighter. They're easier to make because you don't need a mixer for these. You could just do these in a big bowl like we did. They're perfect for gift giving, for holiday platters, for cookie boxes, or for coffee time. They're so good. Make extra because these are lovely for sharing. Let's do the taste test because they smell so good. Oh my goodness. Just take a look at the texture. Still crumbly. There's still so much flavor. Once they're baked, spraying them with that orange blossom water is a must because olive oil definitely does have a very distinct flavor. I love it. If you don't like it, then definitely spray more of the orange blossom water. If you're not a fan of orange blossom water, you can use rose water. You can do vanilla extract instead. Just go a little bit easier because vanilla extract tends to be stronger in flavor. If you are overseas and you use the powdered vanilla extract, it's called vanillin or vanillin. You can mix that into the powdered sugar to get a more vanilla flavor on your sugar. I'll put all of these tips on the blog post so you can have a lot of options. I hope you guys give these cookies a try. If you do, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you want to make traditional Greek kourabiedes, the buttery ones, click over here and I'll see you right over there. Yes, yes.